Hi, I'm Kris. I'm from a small town in Delaware in the United States, and I work at Kitaoji school in Kyoto. Well, there are a lot of things to do in the city. Kyoto is a historic capital of Japan, so you can really get a lot of different experiences, both culturally and just, socially. So I like being able to go to the city center and do a lot of exciting things, go to movies, go shopping, but I also like to go to the outskirts, climb mountains, and there's really is a lot to do here. Well, the local community especially, it's really small, so there's a lot of things to do, but everything is kind of niche. I mean, if you go to like the culture center or something, you can find lots of activities to do. I think there's like a shogi club, there's different kinds of painting, different kinds of drawing. I'm personally involved in the music scene a lot. I really like classical music. I'm taking piano lessons. Sometimes there's recitals that I participate in, and I just enjoy interacting with all ages through music, so I really have fun with that. I think it's pretty easy to get around the city. I do have a bicycle that I take around when I want to go somewhere that's not quite so accessible. And also when I want to go to the grocery store, it's just easier to have something to carry your groceries back in. But for the most part, you can take a bus or you can take the subway pretty much anywhere, especially to the major tourist destinations if that's your cup of tea. And it's pretty easy to get to the outer areas of the city or even to other cities by taking public transportation. Well, when I first came here, I met people by getting involved in my Japanese class. We could interact with each other right away because we were all English speakers natively, so that didn't really help with Japanese, but it did help us to become friends pretty easily, and we all kind of branched out from there. I also got into a lot of different activities. I took a calligraphy class. I was involved in a book club for a little while. I'm a pretty introverted person actually, so getting involved in those things that I was personally interested in helped me to make friends a lot more easily. Well, some of the responsibilities that we have at the school are helping the students to study most effectively, giving counselings and that kind of thing. Also, in the office, there's a lot of things little things you have to do, like helping to set up for the next week of classes, taking out the trash, that kind of thing. But one thing that I like to do especially is coming up with games and activities for kids to do. I'm a really crafty person, so I like to draw and design different parts of the game. We have this one monster game where they have to basically put the pieces of the monster together and they can create any kind of monster that they want. And it was really fun to come up with that activity, but also to make the design for those individual pieces. I think the biggest skill, the most important skill that I've gained is time management. Even as a college student, it was something I was just terrible at, but it's something that was absolutely necessary for having this kind of a job. Not just being able to get through the classroom lessons, but also being able to manage my daily schedule at work, and that being able to use that skill at work and in the classroom has actually expanded out into my daily life, and I'm much better about being on time to meet my friends, for example. I'm sure that makes them happy. Actually, coming to Japan and being an English teacher kind of was my goal for a long time. So after I got here and got through initial training, I was kind of lost for a little bit. What I did, though, was I thought about what I wanted to do next, and I set a lot of short-term goals. I'd like to try calligraphy. I'd like to try to study French. That was a brief phase I went through. And each goal, what I focused on was not just on how it would improve me as a person, but also how it would improve me as a teacher. Even now, my goal is just to be a better teacher. So when I think about what I'm doing in my daily life, that's really what I'm working toward in the long term, is just to be the best teacher that I can be. And that's a small thing, but it's still what motivates me and what makes me enjoy being here.